Good evening, everyone. How are you all?
Good evening,
Good,
Chris.
thank you.
Fantastic.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are obviously working in a brand new project with yourselves, Stellar Omada, and thank you for joining us, Colin and Dawn, both from Stellar Omada. Tonight, I'm basically just going to be going through a few things to find out a bit more about yourselves. And also that we've got an exciting new opportunity with yourselves in a DevOps engineer. And so what I'll do now is I'll probably start off by introducing myself. My name is Chris Lowden. I'm the Commercial Director at 920 Recruitment. We are a recruitment agency based in the city centre of Glasgow. We operate across the whole of the UK into the technology and digital spaces, as well as the engineering and manufacturing space. Colin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, sure. So good evening, everyone. I'm Colin Frame, so I'm the Managing Director of Stellar Omada. I'll talk you through many things related to Stellar and our diverse projects and diverse products that we've got.
Great. Dawn, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Dawn Pride, I will soon be joining Stellar on the 1st of June and coming into their shared services, so covering off recruitment and HR and what have you.
Great. Okay. So I suppose the best way to start this off, Colin, how did Stellar Omada start? How did you come up with Stellar Omada?
So there are multiple stories around where Stellar started from. There's a strong rumour that it was related to the lager that we often drink on a night out. But it actually started off the back of something more creative around the fact that we were in the kind of process at the early stages of trying to debate what it was that we were. And Stellar, for those that don't know, relates to the stars, or if you've put in a stellar performance.
Yeah.
And the word Omada is actually really creative because one night I couldn't get on Company's House and find anything that I could actually obtain that wasn't already used, and ended up going through a bit of Greek, and Omada is actually Greek for the group. So the Stellar Omada's got quite a quirk to it. It's based on stars, part of their talent programme, and everything else is based on bringing through rising stars. I was actually one of the best rising stars. In fact, I was the best rising star through my early career. And off the back of that, created Stellar. It's been created, it's been in place, when did we incorporated officially in 2018, through many years of debating and discussing, setting something up. And what I've got around the table is a number of trusted associates that I worked with for a number of years, from when I was just a young kid and came out of school and straight into the bank, all the way to kind of where we are now. And Dawn actually was one of the first people that I ever met in my working career. 16 in my school trousers and my school tie, and turned up at the bank.
Your shorts.
Yeah, my shorts. Yeah, and so we've got we've created Stellar with a number of different kind of associates that have been with me for years. We are now in the process of now formally structuring. So we're entering year 3. We're formally structuring the kind of topco and getting the management team settled in place formally, and Dawn's joining us to take on that kind of shared service and human resources director role. And we've had recently a number of individuals join us to take on finance, some of the business development work, and then also kind of look after a number of the projects that we're running just now, and going forward looking to take on kind of product owners, and then also the kind of the managing directors to be running the products that we're in the process of setting up and operating.
Oh, okay, that is a fantastic insight into how you came up with that. To be fair, I've heard millions of different stories from people how they have came up with different, and we've been joined by your son there.
Yeah, this is Sarah. Sarah, you doing this? He's the youngest member of Stellar Omada. Rumour has it that he's actually a better developer than the guys we've got. Better not tell them that. Don't put that.
Brilliant. But yeah, I suppose where I was going with that, how have you found the last few months then? Because I know business itself across Scotland has been reacting differently to it. I've been doing a series of interviews with numerous different business owners. But yourself at the moment, how has Stellar been over the last few months?
So, as you said, it's been a really interesting period. Obviously, everything came to a grinding halt kind of just over 8 weeks ago now. And it's been a really surreal moment for a long time now, where who would know that you'd be locked in your house for a period of time and not be able to go out? So we've adapted kind of really well, I would say, to the issues we've seen externally. We've actually recruited, I think, more people in the last period of time than we've recruited in a long time. Mostly because a lot of people that we've been trying to pull on it are free and kind of willing to support as well. But we've now completely locked down the office, with the exception of myself. Nobody goes into the office in Edinburgh, and we've got kind of working from home structures in place. Google Hangouts is my new favourite toy, so we use that, and I actually structure my day a lot more constructively with meetings from kind of 7 o'clock all the way through till 9, just based on the different individuals I need to see kind of through the day. And by the time 9 o'clock's come and gone, it feels like I've done a shift, but I've managed to go through the majority of the kind of the communication elements I need to do. So we've realigned everything to that standard. The different projects operate in different ways, whether it's kind of the guys that we've got down in London who are kind of based on a client site, or whether it's the kind of guys that were based in the product space in Edinburgh. We've kind of adapted with just different ways of working, whether it's kind of daily drop-ins, weekly drop-ins. We've now got quite an interesting weekly forum, which has got myself that downloads to the full kind of business at the same time. And then we've got a number of different guys update on different things, whether it's the press up or set up challenge, whether it's the kind of culture club, which has been a bit of an epic fail, but is being brought back to life just now. And then a number of other kind of random things. We've actually got, I can't remember what they're called, the Stellarites or something along those lines, that are now cycling to the moon. And I've managed to get all the way out the outer hemisphere, and they're actually past the kind of the brink of no return if you're flying a rocket ship. I think I've done 1,096 kilometres. I was trying to find it quickly there, but yeah, so we've got all kinds of weird things going on. We've actually got a lot more healthier lifestyles. Well, healthier in some cases, then unhealthier in others. And I've been trying to actively promote people to take part in some of the kind of more active challenges and kind of start to build a lot more of a kind of a balanced life. We actually ran 3 weeks ago. We ran the Friday morning team session with everybody across the business, bringing their child along as well. And it could have absolutely been a car crash, but we managed to get 10-15 minutes at the start where every child introduced themselves, and I actually asked them about something about their mum and dad that was always going to end in tears. But no, it went really well and managed to integrate with families. Everyone's had to adapt differently. And I encourage people that want to work later, start earlier, work through the night, do what they want to do. It's times that you would never have seen previously, and hopefully we don't see for much longer. But adapting and being as flexible is one of our biggest strengths.
Brilliant. And you talk about people there. How many people have you currently got at the moment?
Right, so officially 87, Dawn, and then unofficially probably about 110. Dawn usually finds out after I've recruited them, which is never great, and then usually has to then pre-employment screen them with all the kind of required checks after I've started them as well. So we won't be doing that. It's more just a reaction, and we've actually, I'll talk about it in a minute, but we found COVID and the lockdown and then the kind of the people element really interesting from getting people in the park quickly and then being able to be flexible, and we've actually turned around some big projects in very, very little time.
That's great news. But can I just highlight there though, you talked about the initial incorporation of the business back in, it was 2018?
2018, aye. It was actually September 18, so the end of 18.
And that is just phenomenal growth. The 87 people just now, I don't think, I mean, this should be shouted from the rooftops, because I don't think there's many technology businesses in the Scottish Central Belt that have gone from a kickstart like that up to 87 people at the moment. Yeah,
well, there's always a challenge around who's looking for you when you start to become known and big, though. So we'll keep it low key just now. We've got we posted, actually, it was a big event 2 weeks ago. We posted our first year accounts, which actually taken account of about 6 months, and we had some really, really great kind of figures off of it. So they're all public domain things. So we turned just under 3 million year one. We're on track to be nearly 8.5 this year.
Right, okay.
Big plans to go into the kind of tens millions in the next couple of years. So we've got big plans. We've got a very diverse business, all things from the kind of services and the project work we do to the products we're building and the new technology services we're supporting. And then also we've got everything across the castle that we're actually renovating and building as part of the Stellar kind of head office and community. So loads of things going on. And the kind of secret to us is just hard work.
Yeah.
And we've kind of hit the ground running and continue to drive. There's not a day goes past that we don't drive something else. So it's good fun.
Okay. So let's talk about the products. I mean, Stellar, what products are you offering your clients at the moment? What types of products do you have, and what kind of clients are you servicing?
So we've got my background's banking, IT, retail, big program work. I was part of a number of kind of big challenging programs over the years. So a lot of the big program work we're doing is within the kind of financial services space. We've actually just breached into kind of pensions and some of this kind of more specialist investment work as well. We provide services from project management, business analysts, testers, and then we've got kind of a number of other kind of bespoke areas where some of the older gentlemen that work for us are more experienced and skilled than a lot of the guys that operate some of the kind of roles in kind of assurance and audit arms these days, that we've got a strong bench of kind of guys that want to help. And most of them are retired, so they like to do a bit of work on the side as well. But the kind of the testing services is our biggest one just now. We've got quite a big recruitment drive just now in the testing space where we're looking to be provisioning a new kind of team in Edinburgh. I'm very kind of patriotic in the Scottish sense, and we will be setting ourselves up for success in Scotland. As a decision I've taken right at the start, and we've set ourselves up just at the kind of west of Edinburgh to get that kind of presence established. And we've also got great ideas for Glasgow as well. So. Okay,
great. So your office in Edinburgh, I know I didn't actually ping this question through to you, Colin, so tell us a bit about the office in Edinburgh. What's it like? Where are you based?
Well, if you're any good at darts, the office is the place for you, because it's one of our favourite sports. Means you don't have to do much exercise for it, and you can take part on demand, so it's good. But no, seriously, so the office is just at the other side of Gogarburn, so right at the west. Ideal for the airport, ideal for the bypass, ideal for the M8. Perfect location for us. Anybody that's commuting, we can find car parking spaces. It's not a problem for us. We started off actually with a 30-seat office with a nice big boardroom, and then we've now knocked into next door and doubled the office again. So it's seating for about 60 something just now. And again, we're looking to be kind of settling into that area. Not convinced we'll be there forever, but it's the right side of town. Works for us. We've got a couple of government support incentives as well. We want to try and leverage over the next period to try and establish a kind of a more permanent footprint as well. So it's good.
Okay.
The office itself is interesting because it was designed by me, and my design skills are zero. So it includes just desks, PCs, drop-in space. Got a nice big sign on the window, Stellar Omada sign. But then, yeah, like I said, dartboard, ping pong table, pool table won't fit. We're going to have to make a space for that, and then try and use it to kind of be different. We've always been different in our kind of structures, so trying to do something, just try and do something that nobody else does, but then keep building with different ideas.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about people that Stellar look for. What type of individual do you guys look for at the moment? Dawn, what do you think we're looking at the moment? Types of personalities, individuals.
Yeah, so the one thing is flexibility. I'd say it stands out. So you don't come here to do a job, and that's your job. You come here because you want to be do the best for the organisation. So recently we've just done a brand new product that went from initiation to launch in a matter of weeks, but we got people from different parts of the business all working on it and wanting to work on it.
Right.
So it was just about this combined energy that really wanted to drive this through. And it was across the board. So the testers got involved, developers got involved, people who hadn't even fully understood what it was they were needing to do, just learned so much through it.
Right.
And it and like I say, from initiation on Good Friday to launching last week, it was phenomenal. So we just need people that have stepping away from the norm and just challenging themselves. And Colin used to say there's no rules. We've kind of changed that to no boundaries. You know, if you want to get involved in something, we'll take you. You know, we'll help you shape the career or shape the role that you want, if it kind of matches with what we're going for too.
Yeah.
Great. Colin, do you want to add anything to that?
Other than Dawn broke up a little bit there when she said there was no rules. That's exactly what we meant. Nah, seriously, we've changed it to no boundaries. Make sure we don't get ourselves in any kind of political trouble. But the kind of it's a totally dynamic office. I mean, I try and be there as much as possible, whether I'm on the road up and down to London or Manchester, wherever it is. But try to be there because the team spirit's brilliant. We keep on kind of building as well. We've got quite a lot of kind of younger individuals that have come through, either with myself previously in some of the projects we worked on over the last kind of 10, 15 years, or through just meeting through different work placements. So we've built up a really, really good community of people, hugely sociable, and then we look to kind of keep on building in that theme. I think it's quite an interesting one because there's never a right or a wrong in terms of the diverse kind of individuals that we try and attract. Everyone that's kind of around us has been around us for quite a while and will continue to kind of be part of the team. It's a matter of just continuing to add to the family, as we've called it before. It's a cliche, but adding to the kind of family, the Stellar family is a big one for me, and finding the right individual that's going to kind of fit that mould. And you got to be a bit crazy to work with us. We're a little bit different. And like I said, we've got loads of other kind of really cool ideas on the horizon. As Dawn mentioned, I made the call. I had a slight disagreement with somebody on the Tuesday night with a product that we were working on, and then ended up just building our own brand new solution, which is, like Dawn said, went live on Monday past. And we phoned, myself, Benny and a few others had phoned different people on the Friday morning, Good Friday, and we managed to get a full team of people in the park by 5 o'clock. And by the following Tuesday, we started testing. That was developers, testers, analysts. We even got one of the kind of one of the best chief marketing officers joining us soon, which I wish I could tell you about today, but we'll do that later in a different time. But yeah, it's all go.
Great. Okay. So I suppose, Donna, I'll probably ask you this question because you're just about to join Stellar officially soon. Why are you joining Stellar? Why do people want to work at Stellar Omada?
Because what you see from like Colin right now and any of the guys there is what you get. There's a flatness in that hierarchy that means that everyone can make a contribution and make it different. There's an energy about the place that's just phenomenal when you've got everyone in the room, or even as we're doing now with the weekly meetings, you know, on Google Meet. There's just a real joined up desire to see this successful. So you don't have to be in the presence of it for very long to get a sense that that's what it's about. So yeah, even when I've joined some meetings, you know, just to hear what's going on, you get a buzz out of it. So
I would certainly agree. In just short space we've been talking, it's sounded brilliant, and the story is just great. So DevOps engineer in particular, Colin, what are you looking for? What experience are you looking for in that particular role?
Yeah, so we were when we set out on the project journey back in May last year. We started with a complete blank canvas. We were looking at cloud suppliers, and the kind of the selection process drawn us always back to Amazon. So we've built our new product on Amazon Web Services. So again, Amazon skills tool set. I know it's changing, and it's actually changed quite a lot since I started to look at it a couple of years ago. It's changed quite significantly. So we're an Amazon kind of shop. We won't diverge too far from there. Certainly not in the short term. We are looking at multi-cloud and a few other kind of high availability things. But so Amazon Web Services, DevOps engineer. We've got continuous integration and deployment pipeline across 4 environments: dev, test, pre-prod, prod. And again, we're using a slightly different web providers for some of the development environments. So we're looking for hugely dynamic individual who will be responsible for Not just the kind of the ongoing management and maintenance of the kind of DevOps pipeline, but also the creative building of it. There's many ways that you can do this, and there's a load of different individuals that will claim to do it better each time they do it. We've got the opportunity with a kind of blank canvas here to do anything, and although we've kind of got our kind of pipeline up and operating just now, with our go to market position kind of kicking off really from tomorrow, which is a go decision today. Tomorrow's our starting position. We want somebody to be kind of looking and really testing us, testing themselves, testing the process, on the basis that we need it to become kind of more agile, more dynamic, and also kind of operate in the most efficient way possible. Again, similar to there are no rules suggestion, they've got the opportunity to kind of carve up quite an interesting role for themselves here. In terms of the kind of role itself, I do believe that we'll end up creating a team of individuals as well. So to be the first kind of permanent individual in the park will be a huge advantage. And again, there's a kind of a number of massively experienced individuals already working in the team across the development and testing, and then some of the other kind of projects as well. So the kind of experience and the ability to kind of integrate with a lot of different and experienced individuals is massive as well. We are going to be looking at that kind of operational type responsibility as well, in terms of the way that we deliver changes to the new platform, both from a kind of reactive side, but also then a kind of roadmap of delivery as well. So there's certainly plenty to be getting teeth into when they join. And using some of the newer technologies has become an interesting new challenge, because it's kind of, you learn a lot of the technology when you start, and we've had the opportunity to do that, which is good in a lot of cases. It's also quite challenging, and you sometimes have to fail fast and then get on with it and change your plan. But again, it's all about that kind of dynamic DevOps engineer we're looking for.
Okay, and the project is Simba that they're working on. Do you want to just briefly explain what Simba actually does?
Yep. So it's a contact center as a service solution. So essentially a platform play that's got ability for a number of different external kind of connectors or APIs to integrate with. It's got a kind of central view of the customer, central view of the bureaus, central view of the kind of administrators and all the kind of individuals that will ever use the platform. It's also then got a number of other bolt-ons and ability to integrate with different platforms, whether it's Salesforce or any other CRMs. And then again, it's quite a kind of an agile platform that will need to be there 24/7 and kind of operate in a high-performant way with some of the kind of the contact channels that start to kind of rely on kind of are relied on by a lot of big businesses.
Okay, that sounds. By the way, it just all sounds great, and the story has been fantastic. So what I'll say now is my colleague Laura Armstrong is actively working this role for you guys. This is actually the day before. I will be posting this tomorrow morning out to the world on YouTube. But what I'll also be doing is putting in the comments section the link to the advert, so everyone can see the full job specification that we've now currently got online. But any other bits of info you want to add on, guys?
Only one thing from me is that there's a number of other things going on that we have got the opportunity for the DevOps engineer to be part of. We've got a new web portal which went live last week. We've got a number of other interesting retail applications being developed, and the opportunities are there across a number of different projects. So as you said earlier on, hugely exciting to have as many things going on just now, and especially in the kind of lockdown period. But yeah, the only final thing I'd add is that there are more opportunities than there's not, and it'll be good to kind of get the right person or people in to be part of that team and then start to develop and build the business with us. I'm always a huge supporter of that. I'm in the front of the kind of troops in the kind of battlefield myself all the times, and it's kind of one journey for all of us. So
right, okay. Well, look, thank you so much for your time tonight, guys. And we were really looking forward to working this role for you guys. So thanks again for your time, and what a brilliant insight to Stellar Omada.
Thank you, Chris. Have a good day. Cheers,
Thanks.
guys.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.